Okay, it's been goodness knows how long, about 5 years or something, since I did an update. This is the electronic drum kit that I was building gradually in order to be able to practice the electronic drums at home, and have the drums in the same size, have the same positions and the same sizes as the acoustic kit in the studio, so that when I go from one kit to another, the things are in the same places and the same sizes. Because being a beginner, I wanted to make life easy for myself. So what I ended up buying was I got acoustic shells off of eBay and took off the bottom heads. So that's an old acoustic snare off of eBay. Took off the bottom head and a tom there on a snare stand as well. Bottom head removed, and another snare drum on a snare stand, bottom head removed. And I got a Drum Tech Real Feel mesh head for the snare. They're more expensive, but I wanted it to have the same rebound as an ordinary acoustic snare, and that's pretty good. And then I got Roland power ply mesh heads for the tom and the floor tom, and they're more bouncy than acoustic drums, but they're all right. And I loosened the floor tom one off as much as I could without getting false triggering. Double triggering you start to get if you loosen them off too much. But I wanted to try and give it the same rebound as it would if it was a floor tom, an acoustic floor tom rather. And I got quite close. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yamaha DT, what is it? A Yamaha KP100 kick pad. Nice, feels good with an ordinary pedal. Triggers, Roland RT30s. They just clip on the side of the rim of the drum. You just tighten them up, and they work all right. You know, they're not the best. It's not the best system, but it's it's cheap and convenient, and it does the job. I think I might have had to do a tiny little bit of tweaking inside the drum module for that floor tom, but I can't remember, it was such a long time ago. But I think it was pretty much fine. I went for Yamaha cymbals, Yamaha hi-hat. This is which one is this? This is the RHH135. There are more expensive ones. Roland do more expensive ones. Maybe a bit better, but this one's fine for the money. Yamaha 13-inch cymbal, chokeable. You can hit the edge, you can hit the middle, and you can hit the bell, and they're all separate zones. 15-inch for the ride. Same thing basically. That's a 135 PCY 135 13-inch, and this is a PCY 155 15-inch. Exactly the same, chokeable. You can hit the edge, you can hit the main zone, or you can hit the bell, get different sounds. This is an old Roland cymbal I had lying around from a mistake when I made the mistake of buying second-hand Roland electronic drums, and they were beaten to death by the time I got them. CY8. It was broken. It had just been smashed to hell, and the sensors inside were broken. But the sensors, they cost like I got paid out €5 for a packet of 3 on eBay. They're just like little buzzers, little sensors. And opened it up, put the sensor in, and it works absolutely fine. So I chose Yamaha because I think Yamaha are as good as Roland. They're good, solid, well-built kits, but they're like 2/3 of the price. They don't take the piss with the prices, so that's why I went for Yamaha over Roland. Plus, also the sounds in the modules. I prefer the sounds in the Yamaha modules. They sound natural to me. They are actual real samples of Yamaha acoustic kits. Whereas the Roland ones, to me, they sound synthetic. But I know it's just personal preference. Maybe it's just psychological, but to me, they just sound synthetic, whereas Yamaha don't. And I've also got addictive drums software, so I can always plug my laptop in with addictive drums and get really, really good sounds. Anyway, the only thing I comparing addictive drums with this, the drum sound fine, but the cymbals in comparison are a bit lackluster. Like you could really hear the difference when you hear the cymbals on addictive drums. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I've done a little gig with it, and it's absolutely fine. I didn't bother with addictive drums. I just used the module plugged into a PA system. Worked fine. So I think that covers everything. Yeah, that covers everything. So yeah, I've had it for about 5 years, and I've been using it for practicing. I've done a couple of gigs with it, and it's a nice setup. Total cost was about 1,500 euros. I mean, you could buy an electronic drum set for that. I think you could buy one of the Yamaha drum sets for that, electronic drum sets, very similar. But I wanted it to be same sizes and same positions as the acoustic drums, as I said, and I've achieved that. I've noticed that just recently, the last few months, I was having a look at what Yamaha and Roland are offering, and now they are offering, instead of having the drums on an electronic drum rack, they are offering as an alternative having them on stands like these ones. So it looks like I was ahead of my time with this one. But yeah, there it is.